Video 108, the last video of today, we're going to take a look at what a compound shape is. Well, it's basically a shape that's made up of several others, and we have to do a little bit of maths combined with calculations combined with the rules we know about shapes and their area and so on in order to work out the area of total shapes. So this is an example of a compound shape. It's not a rectangle, a triangle, a square or so on, but we can see that it's actually made up of two shapes. One of them is a square up here on the top right, and then we've got a rectangle on the bottom. Just because they haven't showed us a line between the two doesn't mean it's not made up of those two. In the exam, of course, we'd have to be told that these are 90 degrees by here, so that it proves that they're a rectangle and a square. Or they might state that it's a compound shape made up of a rectangle and square. But this is the principle of a compound shape. So what if we wanted to work out the area of this shape? Well, we know that the area of a rectangle or a square is the width times the length. So if we can calculate the area of this square using that formula and then work out the area of the rectangle with that formula, we can add the two together and we've got the overall area. Now with the square, it's fairly easy because we've been told that one of the sides is 3 centimeters and the other one is 3 by here. So all we have to do to work out this area of this part of the diagram is 3 times 3, which is 9. So the area of the square up by here in the top right is 9 centimeters squared. Down the bottom with the width times length, we have the length of the shape, which we know is 10 because it tells us on the diagram, but it doesn't tell us what the width is. So we have to calculate it and work it out. Fortunately, we are told that the length, the full length by here is 5 centimeters, and this distance from here to here, and remember it's a square, this part is a square, so the sides are parallel. This from here to here is 3. So if you imagine extending on this line, it has to be 5 centimeters, just like the line that's parallel to it is, because this is a square, because these are right angles. So to work out the distance from here to here, all I've got to do is 5, the whole distance, take away the bit that I don't want, 3 centimeters, which gives me 2 centimeters, and the area of the rectangle is 2 times 10, which is 20 centimeters. And then I simply add the two together to give me 29 centimeters squared. What about this shape then? Well, here we've got a circle, and although it's the same color, what I've done is I've chopped out a circle in the middle. So what we're looking for is the area around the outside. We've been told that the bit that's being cut out has a radius of 4 centimeters from the center to the circumference, and then the distance from the circumference of the inner circle to the distance of the outer ring is 3 centimeters. Now a way to look at this is actually we've got one big circle, and we know the formula for working out the area of a circle, and we're taking out the area of the circle inside. So if we can work those two areas out, I can simply take the inner area away from the outer area. So the inner radius is 4 centimeters, and the outer radius is going to be 3, the distance from the inner circle to the outer circle, plus the 4 in the center, because if you imagine it, this huge circle, the radius of it goes from all the way from its circumference right through to the edge, to the center, sorry, and this 3 centimeters only tells us to the edge of the inner circle. So the inner circle has got a radius of 4 and the outer circle has got a radius of 7, and when we take that inner circle away from the outer circle, we're going to find the area of just this outer rim. Now going back to circles, the equation for our area of a circle is pi times r squared. Go back to your videos on circles if you've forgotten. So we're going to have 3.14 times 7 squared, the outer circle, and 3.14 times 4 squared, the inner circle, which is 3.14 times 49 and 3.14 times 16. You can do these on a calculator, and remember the calculator has a pi button as well, which is a little bit more accurate. We get 153.86 centimeters squared for the big circle, and 50.24 centimeters squared for the part that I've cut out in the center. So I simply do the subtraction, and there's the answer. The rim around the outside is 103.62 centimeters squared. So with these compound shapes, always divide them up into separate shapes and use your formula of those separate shapes to work out pieces that have to be taken out, that have to be added on, so that you get the overall size of what is required.